Once I was a crusader for the Divine Order. I pledged my life to Lucian the Divine. The war changed everything. He sent me to save the elves I grew up amongst. I arrived too late. Lucian ordered the use of death fog against the Black Ring, annihilating everyone I once knew in the process. Now I'm a mercenary killer, one of the infamous Lone Wolves. And my next target is none other than Lucian's own son.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
So, groggy are we? Don't worry, the sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now, no need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
The things I do to complete a contract. Be unleashed by the Order once was quite enough. Be unleashed by the Order once was quite enough. Be unleashed by the Order once was quite enough. Fasten tight. Well, that explains the smell anyway. Soon as we get to Fort Joy, it'll be time to have words with this Boris fellow.
Did you expect a needle? Did you expect a needle? Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes.
Fresh meat. Nice. Plump. Banded like a chicken's leg, too. That may be so, but look at the flies. Bad.
With two shakes of her stumpy...
Get your dirty little paws.
Did you expect a needle? Did you expect a needle? Did you expect a needle?
Fasten tight.
The Magister Guard snorts and sniffles as he sleeps. You're almost impressed that one man can make such a phlegmy rack.
Is my shift over? Wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy scrounger? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face. A clever story. I should have known there'd be trouble.
So much for a peaceful stroll. Junk. Rubbish.
Get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in? Set me free, and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think. Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. A gentleman among jesters, you are.
The prisoner's buoyant voice darkens as his eyes rest on...
Ah, freedom. I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I... You, come here.
Worms take you. What would he have to gain by killing me? I'll have to keep my guard up.
Empty.
No key? No problem. And I'm back where I started. Nowhere to go but up.
Empty.
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself. There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers, you'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting.
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will. There you have it. See? The collar's function. For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's. Dungeon? You have the gall to call my...
Index fingers pressed.
My word. You do so well. I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. And
She frowns and peers at you.
delusions such as these are rare, but not unheard of. I recommend a cup of mulled wine and another night's sleep. Just take it easy. Is he? Oh well. Some problems simply sort...
A young magister stands pale and silent.
Blood him.
Behind the magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at...
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Aren't you enterprising? Go ahead. She with... Nothing to see here.
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time in the woods.
Be good, you scum. Ah, there you are. And would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not at all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical. How very correct you are, spouse of mine. What?
Her pinched face cracks into...
Yeah, okay, you found...
She turns to you.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? You'd presume right. Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and you take care, though. Nope, trying not to find any...
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an as quickly as they came.
Good luck, Chief.
Name? The Divine Order wants to know. Well, you aren't here on my list.
You! Sorcerer! Blood? No! Go!
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley. He reaches out and takes your hand. He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
I am reading. My book is in my hands.
He grabs a metal plate and watches his
No, they are working quite adequately. It seems you are at fault. Predictable, really. I do not believe I've been drawn anywhere. It is simultaneously too deep. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history? Oh, please. I have no. This text tells me, where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
The elf's face freezes for...
Oh, it's just one of my... Now, please, run along. I have a world to...
No amount of pestering will get...
Here to register, sir. Good. You faring okay so far?
He tugs the collar of his...
Sorry you're upset. You head on in now.
pigs.
Well, well. What have we here?
The lizard looks you up and down. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
I'm inspecting your teeth. There's some discoloration. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Oh, goodness, no. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor? Yes, I can tell from your vagabond chic. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? Just as I thought. So, 3 questions. As per your own testimony, you have the taste buds of a duck. That won't do at all, see? I'm sad to say I must deny you the opportunity to be my slave. Ever so sorry. My slave, of course. Still, hone your skills and...
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my... Meanwhile, the Magisters...
The Magister starts.
Jude.
The Magister's face turns white. He makes a move to...
It is you. Ifan Ben Mesd. I remember you. You were my captain's commander, way back in the war.
The Magister's eyes darken.
I always knew you'd end up down low. In Fort Joy, you're a happy land.
Skip to the part where I read.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench. He raises an eyebrow.
Listen up, boy. You hear that?
I've seen more appetizing...
The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The
And?
Turnips and water are all I was given.
A common sort of sound, isn't it? That's all you hear, though. Listen close. There now, just like that. Squeak! Aha!
His eyes snap open as his...
There. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, boy. Good news. It's the wheel, don't you? Pardon my beard. That means, if we've been travelling for... Yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Captain, actually.
The dwarf leans back from the...
That'll be all. Thank you kindly, boy.
He continues stroking his beard.
Like I said...
You one of them? A Divine Order loyal?
An elf sits tucked away in a dark...
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
She shakes her head.
Game for what? Rolling dice. Deciding fates. Don't worry, honey.
She looks you up and down.
Never say never, though.
She eyes you.
Not the future. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last.
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the...
You were in a cellar, only rather more vigorously.
You put a knuckle in it. I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're the cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us won't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
She pats you on the shoulder.
There, don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe. I don't lick. And
I'm not suited. Haven't got any shoes.
Yes, this is a rare case.
The pale young woman doesn't...
I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
Nothing to see here.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
She looks up at you with a mirth.
I was on duty in your room when you're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course. Finn was killed by Source. If a Magister could do that, it looks more like a passenger managed to... Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Thanks. So, anything interesting for me? I'll take that as a no. So, right.
Nothing to see here.
Do you know Lo, sir?
You look like my daddy.
I said I'm being good.
Take it easy, Chief. You don't...
I didn't do nothing, okay? It was one of them. One of your... If you'll be pardoned...
Please, please, please.
I forgot how to sing. I did.
No, please don't. How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
Well, there's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner.
Who
and I
we
don't
are, what we've done.
Look, I...
I know you can. I know that...
You mind?
The woman keeps rolling her...
So, anything in... I'll take that.
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
They're picking us off one by one.
Take it easy, Chief. You don't want...
We just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up.
You think me mad?
Mad? Insufferable, surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken
I didn't do nothing,
pigs.
okay? If you'll be pardoning me, I'll be much
Your Majesty, turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Take care of you.
And if she sleep with those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run...
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily up.
So you admit it then? You Yes, I did. But
She turns her head.
there are others who's... Good God, you there, sorcerer! Go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet. It means your journey draws...
She reaches for her collar.
I'm just about... Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwalker...
She smiles with...
Precise.
Until overboiling a bit.
what's happened.
What happened? Must have water. Wine, for goodness sake.
The lizard's eyes close. The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. He is stock. You hear a faint thud, thud, thud. The dwarf lies in a heap.
No, not the final dark. Not yet.
It's no use.
The dice roll darkly.
The elf lies. The Magister lies on the floor. The young woman lies in it. She doesn't stir. The hound paws desperately at its snout. It winces as it draws blood. The dog notices you for the first. It sneezes suddenly.
Can't smell. Can't breathe. Please, make it stop.
The dog whined.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters. God damn it. Need to get off this wreck. Quick. Damn. That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
God, something's pounding on the hull!
The marking on the door was painted recently. Judging, you press your palm against the door to open. It doesn't budge. The moment you touch the door groans open.
Something's breaking through! What in the hells are those things?
And suddenly the skeleton is quickly leaping.
No. It catches fire.
The skeleton looks...
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and...
I know your god did not gift... Do you look at me and think, why, yeah... Nope, damp robes are the most... Whereas you, I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over. I believe you did. I had a mask, rather a mask that was stolen. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead... Indeed, just as sensible as I would say good day.
The skeletons...
I need to get out of here now! there's still a chance.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarves.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby.
Said there were other people down.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time to get the hell out of here. Hear that, kid? We need...
What about the ladder? It's right over there. Thank you, thank you, thank you!
You're gonna... That's what you big mouth, didn't you?
Never need something like
The Magister lies.
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a... Wait! Voidwoken!
These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
I thought Voidwoken was supposed to be scary.
Let the games begin.
They who are about to triumph.
I'll yield to it now. No telling whether there might be more. We need to move.
Away! The sea's hungry. We don't have much time.
We make a pretty good team.
It's Magister Siwan. The one who put on this damn collar. Sounds like she needs help.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying with jagged movements. She raises her clenched blood, quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. Blood pours out from around the bandage. It's working. The pressure is something within the ship. Snaps. The floor. Siwan struggles to her feet.
It's ripping the ship apart. This is it.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
So the Order's right about one thing. We attract Voidwoken. Am I the lone survivor? Only one way to find out. Any man who put his likeness in stone is a fool in my book.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Why? I guess. But the people who put me here are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child looks at you straight on.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy. No one cares where I go. They know I can't leave the island. It's nicer out here. But you didn't die. There isn't anywhere safe. You'll see. I guess I am. But it's just... You can stay out here with me if you want. You don't seem that scary.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn. They made it to shore. I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. The face is familiar. What's left of it? It was aboard the ship. this again.
Look here, Quercus. Another giant. My word. What's that? Yes, I did see how it made short work. But that is no reason to trust. What? Oh, I see. We need only follow in its big, wide shadow and be safe. Egad! It speaks our tongue. What do you mean, a good time for an introduction? Oh, introduce my... No, we will have the giant... Now, onward! Aye, the giant takes notice of its charges. Dear me! It... Why, speak! Shield! What are your queries? A giant body? Surely, even the tall beautiful and perfect. They carved the Irwood. But someday, the great acorn will fall. Oh, Quercus, it once asked. What tree did the great acorn fall? Some question. The great acorn will come. It will What do you say? No, rather, we must find a way to live together in peace. Giant... Solora, stop. Squirrels change, don't they, Quercus? Priorities change. If we... Aye, the giant takes note. Ask away, Shield.
Junk.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer.
Yes, I imagine you do. Chances are I wouldn't have survived. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though...
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a... Now then, if there's nothing further... I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought...
He sighs.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? White, which goes...
He looks out over the water once more.
As for myself, I see continents dotted with mighty cities, and shimmering above the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my... Yes, but these weren't castles in the...
Suddenly, having all the air of being...
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? Oh, may the seven have I am the... Of course.
There's a brief moment's pause.
That said, I suppose the grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. Truly. A kind offer indeed. Fine. On one... For reasons I'll not disclose right. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll... Jolly good. So, now that even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence, as a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Wizardry is embedded in my nature as deeply as the instincts to breathe and drink and mate. The dominion over fire suits me very well. Onwards, then.
The Red Prince nods.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. As your luck would have. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in.
A black cat. Maybe my luck is about to change.
It seems we're not the only ones taking on strays.
The cat's eyes are clouded.
What? How did I get... Hey, stop following me. Huh? Yeah, fine.
The cat opens his mouth as if to speak. The cat's eyes are... The cat's eyes are...
What's this? I found something. I need a shovel. I need a shovel. I need a shovel.
Aye, the giant takes note. Ask away, she. A giant body. Sure, beautiful. But someday. Indeed.
I need a shovel. I wonder where this leads.
As the alcove opens up, you see the same... He's leaning over a corpse, prodding and pulling at the skin of its face.
Bugger. How on earth?
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the...
Damnation. That's stuck fast. I wonder... Does the... Ah! No! Stay back! Oh. It's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected. It seems the human that stole my mouth. I chased her here.
He turns back to the body, prodding.
Why, its face, of course. A face that seems I would normally employ. I could then craft a mask.
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheek.
Because my own was stolen from me. Oh! You are simple beasts. So, if I am to traverse this land, I will need a mask to disguise. Simply put, indeed, no one's, at least from this realm. As for the others, well, that hardly several centuries. I was sealed in a tomb. Perhaps I should thank him. It seems I was spared, I suppose. So, you seem more at ease in this world. Excellent. While we are conversing, of course, the arcane arts are my little speciality. But being a brilliant, I could do that with one hand behind my spine. Splendid. Very well.
You hear a small whimpering sound from behind a basket. The child quiets and seems comforted by your presence. She looks up at you with...
There are monsters here. Lizard Master was a lizard. It's their fault I'll never see Ma and Pa again. How do you know? You're really nice. I like you.
The child smiles.
You are not welcome here. Go, man-pig.
She eyes you.
Please. You hear me, human?
Can you feel it? Can you feel the darkness approaching? Does it cast a long shadow? It threatens to... I fear I may...
Swallowed too much seawater.
They're transforming. Foolish to attempt an escape by sea in these waters. Not enough that you travel. Go on then, bark away. Let's see if we can find... Well, I thought a brief... Or perhaps, and this is just a thought, we could find... Oh, I think of them. As much, I imagine, is not that there is anything wrong with you, of course, just that you're... well, not all that impressive. That sounded dangerously close to an independent thought. How surprisingly self-aware of you. Regardless.
The skeleton pulls a note.
Sorry, do carry on. Just act as you do in your natural environment. Ah, this is perhaps the first intelligent question you have asked. After all, one should always try to learn from one's betters. My people are a race. We craft wonders to last through the ages. There are rumors that I was trying to but wherever the artifacts of my people are, there is a great variety among us. This is what makes you almost look exact. Walking through this world, no offense, of course. No, not yet. And, after all, I am still here. Despite the mask of the shapeshifter, I crafted one for my Of course, now that with that mask, it certainly makes traveling through towns easier. Fear? It's a practical... Moving through this world is so much easier when you don't have to lecture some... Oh, it's quite simple. Combining several of these... Frankly, I'm amazed everyone isn't doing it. Trust you. People like you. I am using the mask to keep myself safe from the violence of this world. Oh, of course there are. Almost all of them seem... It's a terrific waste. Still, so if you happen across anything that seems capable of ripping a face off a...
You hear me, Hugh?
Hey, mister. I'm sure glad you went back to save the others.
Is it not enough that you travel? Go on then, bark away. Let's see if we can ignorant. I dare say, oh, I may be missing some social more. Waiting for your history, certainly. Where will they will all be dust. Your people and nations come, but even when I have yet to see. No, that is knowledge worth.
Alexander. But wait, he's too well protected here.
I know nothing of any of that.
We already know the truth.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speak.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more...
This can't be serious, Alexander.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Bishop Alexander idly glances in your direction. Curious, Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and...
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be the fate of our realm hangs in the balance. Dallas?
Yes, you're...
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere. Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
The lizard magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
These creatures are so prone to violence. No.
Saw 'em, didn't you? The Hammer and Alexander. They gave that scaly traitor what for, they did. 'Tis a misfortune, brother. You lot can't help your condition, but at least the humans of you ain't so... Bishop's a son of the dead divine, and the Hammer's a solid sort. Don't take no guff. When you give up the darkness that's inside you, they're working on a cure for you even now. During the time of Lucian, when we lost him, well, can't for certain, but I reckon so. That's what we do. Lucian gave his... Fort Joy ain't no summer camp.
Did you see him? You did, right? Those claws. Wonder what's behind the masks, too. The Geists, dummy. The Hammer and Alexander had 2 in tow just a moment ago. Ugh. Thought you got that right. It's a new... Now, why don't you move along and settle in? A magister...
Did you see them, sir? Bishop Alexander and the Hammer herself, they were so close, almost within arm's reach. A traitor cannot be murdered. A traitor can only receive their due. The divine orders all that stands, believe it or don't. The divine...
Fella can't hear himself think with... You hear that, Farah? You got to cut that out. What's happened to ya?
Aye, she needs help, but none that I can give. Distraught don't even begin to cover it. She's hollering after them, and there ain't...
Please. Please. You must... Oh, bless you. Bless... Irma's her name. She's about as high... I'm sick with worry. Completely sick. And no one... I last saw her just here, near 3 days ago. She was playing with her little doll. Yes, of course. Here. You should take it with you.
She's so...
She ought to come with you, then. This place turns people cold. You are an angel.
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your big blue just...
Mummy's right here.
He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
She's gone, Father. Gone.
Mummy's right here. Where are you?
She's gone, Farah. Gone.
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
Pipe down, Farah. It's time to accept reality.
I'm not mad, darling. I'm not mad. Sweetheart?
Pipe down, Farah. It's time to accept reality.
You there? I'm looking for an inmate. Have you seen him? Useless. It is a very important...
Greetings, child. I find myself in your so-called divine lands, yet I feel his absence. No disrespect, eh? I'm used to calling all the... Go well, my child. Lest the void overtake and devour us all.
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your fifth blue just in
Looky here, mates. A fresh face. Why don't you join us in a... Chuff to you, Chief. Here you come.
You glance at your hand. 2 purple monarchs.
Quite the hand, Freshy. Unfortunately, 2 is less than 5, and that's how many purples I've got. Just my bit of fun, Sharpie. I'm sure the Reds told you, no one gets along without paying the interment fee. So, let's make this easy. Well, you've heard of it now, ain't ya? Go on then, Freshy. Turn 'em out. Lone wolf, eh? If you lot are as fearsome as...
Ralvo, look...
You know what? I'm in a good mood. Take a hike, Freshy. Keep hunting.
What are you after, Pipsqueak? Complain to Griff if you don't like it. See how long it... Buzz off!
The woman is scrabbling at her throat. As she catches sight of you, recognize...
Ben Nest! Ifan! Ben Nest! You killed them! You killed them! He killed them all!
You can't hide who you are, killer.
Guards! Guards!
Stay back. Stay back. Keep that monster Ben Nest away from me.
All right, Anson, an octopus.
That's it. I call court. Pay up.
The cat's eyes.
Guards! Guards!
Stay back. Stay back. Keep that monster Ben Nest away from me.
You there. You've just arrived, isn't that right? Are you quite... Oh, very droll. Listen up. You must think me mad to have... I've been here a long time. Longer than anyone else. I have a way out. Are you interested? Believe whatever you want. This may be your only chance. Attaboy. The plan's simple. Completely foolproof. There's an artifact that you can use to teleport me out of this place. Then I can use my spell to free... And how many would make it before the guards noticed? 4? 5? Every bloody sorcerer in this place? It's found its way into a nest of crocodilians on a secluded beach nearby. Here, give me a map and I'll show you where to go. I'm glad you're of such a mind. Get that artifact.
What in particular? When another divine arises, will souls change?
Ooh, how pin... The lizard's brow knits together, then apart, and back again. He seems to be swimming deep in his thoughts, and doesn't look up as you approach.
What? Oh, new, are you? Very good.
Oh, 10 bottles of mead, 1,000 bottles of dust, 50 bottles of tears, make the hinges rust. Oh, 10 bottles of mead,
Advice? Hold on to yourself, my friend. The fort is full of decent folk. My mind? What else, my friend? I'm wondering why. All of this. No doubt the two are related.
Ho ho! Ain't come to shake me down for my knickers, have you? They're all like, oh, right kind of you, my friend.
coloured like a dog. A very pink, very long dog. I'd pity you, but Shattra the Ineffable has no patience for laughing in the faces of my enemies, of course. Little do they know that, of course, they'll happily dump your maggot-ridden sorcerer's dance. Well, Magus, this power is my birthright, same as yours, but one... Ha! Of course. No meatbag. Bow before Shattra the Ineffable. Bow...
Ready.
I'm ready!
Come on, you stuff.
The dwarf's fingers clamp around.
Eh? Oh, that. Reckon I might have had a harder... Now.
The dwarf spits into...
Bleeding nail. Go on.
You grab the plank and...
Oh, look at that. Nice.
He winks and flips a gold coin.
For your trouble. I suppose it were a fool's errand thinking I could make something out of this.
He sucks a finger and...
Winds like these, she would have capsized before she reached the...
He gives you a rough...
Aye. Was planning to build me a raft and paddle off. I've got business north of here, and maybe you...
He stands before you and...
There's something of you, you know? Why don't we make a deal then? You help me... That's the spirit.
He lifts it.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. The name's... well, the name's dead. Well, there's a new one. Hawk of the high seas, eh? I'll tell you when you're... Anyhow, we're let's get down to I've been up and down the realm so often it'd make your cabbage spin, and I picked up a few tricks along the way. Truth be told, I've grown Then it's settled. Capital. Well, that's that.
Ha! I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead. Not an attempt, mate. Time's up, Your Highness. It's stabbing time.
Damned nuisance these assassins are. It's their frightful manners I mind the most, really. Oh. Well, that was rather fun, wasn't it? I do find it. Oh, one gets used to this kind of thing so quick. I'll tell you what, though. All those bumblers...
The woman looks out on the...
Haven't seen you around here before. Well, don't worry. You here alone?
She gives you a...
You keep them friends of yours. Not much in this world someone you love can't make better. Used to be I had a then they brought us here. Now I'm just waiting for him to call my name.
Her eyes...
Kind of you to ask. Stefan? He was my...
She talks for some time. Joy radiates from...
What a gift to think of them. I'd like to give something to take care of. You won't regret. I brought my own share of not...
our visions.
Here you are. I wonder what keeps you. Tell me your tale. We are unfamiliar yet, so tell me. Start from the beginning. Start from where you... I see. Now I understand. Now a heavy burden to take this rope. It is a gift. It is common. It is nothing. Many
The old dog looks up at you but doesn't lift his greying head from his paws.
It's no use. You're nice. She was my mate for the last 7. Carry the 2 plus 50. Say.
Lucky find.
The dog focuses at the cat's eyes.
Save your spirit to fight the Reaper. By the Queen's beard, it looks like you lost a fight with a claw hammer. Reckon you're in need of something to heal yourself up, eh? Ha! Well, if...
Instead of a potion, she hands you an empty bottle and a fat brown mushroom.
Not scared of a little elbow grease, are you? A fella ought to know how to... Once you've mastered the technique, you'll never need help from a crusty old quack like me again. Business savvy. Don't be profane. This Dane's as stubborn as an old steer. Still, my job...
Out my face, or I'll...
He smacks your hand away.
You're trying to kill those bleeding fools, think... Shoot.
Is that thing eating corpses?
The creature heaves through lips gummed with humor.
You. Now, a little query. Where grows the yarrow?
The creature gingerly takes the plant in...
Darling, dear darling child.
The creature clenches the...
You wouldn't understand.
The creature begins to...
For you, my ring...
Is it not enough that you travel with me? Must you speak? Go on, then.
Yarrow girl, you've grown, you have. You go. Name of Migo. Come out of... I told you, didn't I? They crossed my... Clang, clang. Horrible old sadist.
this is for Joy.
What a crumbling disaster.
Leave him be. Listen, I can... Shut up, elf. This clown caught him stealing from my kitchen. Still won't say where his supplies. Crate of food, citrus in particular. Alls I want is my supplies. Happy to let this clown die. Ain't been here long, have ya?
He twirls his...
Divine's gone. Listen up.
Not like this. There's too many of them.
Then it looks like... ready.
Is that thing eating corpses?
The creature heaves.
You, now, a little...
The creature clenches.
You wouldn't have...
The creature...
For you.
Amid the squalor of fall, she was the one who said her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away. And you get the distinct feeling he's an... She freezes under your stare for a moment, then whirls.
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Better tell me who you really are. You can see quality, but lone wolves.
A push, a pivot, and despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice something that remained
Let me tell. Once upon a bad, but now I'm free. I intend to raise the subject with him. No!
She drives the needle.
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. That makes you a liability. That makes you...
The bright sparkle of...
Ha! How amusing. Make your case and do it quickly. Why should I join you? Escape. How you do tickle me. Most of the misguided... I'm inclined to agree. Oh, little needle mine. What? You know what? Today is a rather fun... I'm not quite...
With a casual flick of the wrist, she...
Let's discuss. Yumi and Death will be playing many... As a rogue, my speciality is stealth. The quick silence suits me fine. Then follow me. But wait. You seem to have quite a few followers.
So this is for Joy.
Delivery. Surely you'll have one.
I know that look well enough. You're about to pop, ain't ya? What? You'll find out.
I got that special shipment you was asking after.
Got
Ain't fit for beasts.
Oh.
Leave him be. Listen. Shut up. This clown caught him stealing supplies. Alls I want is my supplies. Happy ain't been here long, have you?
He twirls his nut.
Divine's gone. This blade is...
An elf, caked in mud and blood.
You believe what he says? That I am a thief? Perceptive. Like most men behind bars, I'm innocent. Like most of us here, I do. But you guess I need something too. I know a way out. I show you. Finally, Griff releases me if he sees I do not have what. After I am free, I see no one. In fact, I only hear the sound of Griff clearing his throat. Griff is a powerful man. Power. I intend no harm. You understand, thank you.
Hey, fresh air. What you heard about? If I did, I wouldn't give 'em up to you. Griff, look. I'm Griff's right.
Hey, why don't you take a gander at the goodies I got? Stuff you won't find anywhere else in camp. Procured by special
Worse than war
means.
rations, these.
Let's just say folks leave here, but they don't seem to take their effects. Fella in that cage is the thief. Stashed the oranges somewhere before he was caught. If you believe. I see plenty of liars in my line of work. Snakes, weasels, worms. That sure do. Ask me, it'd have to be one of those.
She darts her tongue out.
Some folks, and some... I see plenty of liars in my line of work. It's all in the eyes. George, sure you don't want to have a look at my stock before you go? I was serious about what I said. Everything in my... Think you're cute, do you, handsome? Business is business. Even the magic... Fend for yourself, then. Haven't got shanked through the guilt.
Ain't fit for beasts.
Griff glances from his blade.
You already know the term. Sure, have a look.
Hands out your pockets now.
Don't tell anyone where you got this, eh? Haven't got shanked through the...
Heading into the kitchen? Don't try anything funny around Griff. Well, he runs... Move along!
Bow your head, please! Haven't you heard? Do not doubt...
Come on then, Lexi. Hey up.
Hey, I...
Closer, the dark-eyed jokester you met aboard the ship.
Back then, if in bed, nothing like a nice tentacle slap across the moor. I saw you fall. When we get out of this place, so you managed to swim to safety, is that it? What about when you were in the water? I heard, do you know?
Losa's voice catches in her. She is stock-still, waxy-skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish-black veins run from her. Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with your light suddenly flashes back.
Anyway. It's nothing really. It's just... I'm just a bit... Well, a bit... Put it like this. You've never... But I'm like a goddamn gold star in for the disembodied. Now, isn't that just the question of the hour? So, how are you enjoying... Yeah. So, you want to check this place out together? Strength in numbers and all that. It does, right? Before we head out, lately I've been into the enchanting art. Sounds fine. Yeah? Hey, wait a sec. Till then.
This is not your business, long...
Don't let this moss munch pay up, Elf. No one shorts Griff runs the kitchen. Means he runs me. Everyone in camp's got to
Food? Protection? I have neither.
I ain't gonna say it.
No.
You elves all...
Is that indigestion?
The guard glances around furtively.
Thought you must have died when that
ship went down. Guess wolves can swim. Ha! That I can, provided we do. Here's how things are gonna go down.
He waves a little scrap of paper in front.
Deal. Far as I understood, lone wolves don't ask questions. So why don't you shut your mouth, attaboy?
Bad
luck
This
to
place
let
is
one
no
of them
haven
cross your
for
path.
innocence. Farewell, my furry friend.
Go.
The Magister
The Divine is dead. I don't question.
She paused.
I do wish Alexander. They say it's quite wish it every night, But who didn't then? I put my.
Collar.
Leave me. You leave me be.
You forget my name, eh?
Go on.
A little business doesn't mean we've...
As you approach the blacksmith, you feel a bony hand on your arm. Fane leans in and whispers in your ear.
If it would be acceptable, and if it would not be acceptable, well, that would render the...
Fane approaches the blacksmith and quietly... Fane's words are quiet, but you hear the blacksmith repeat, "Face..."
What is it with creeps like you and Master Knight?
Fane backs away, scratching his head.
Who in their right mind would think of a thing like this?
Amidst a crowd of screws...
And what you after? Get Ben. I ain't. Just so you know.
She looks up.
You looking to buy something? Found it in the scrappy. Never knew her to be much of a rent.
She nods.
You looking to buy something? Or do you just want to waste my time with a whole lot for you? Hell no. Worthy is exactly the right... all manner of things.
Is that indigestion or is it... Oh God, not now.
The woman looks up.
What do you need? Ha! The hammer got you cured.
She nods once.
Clever lasser. Oh, I don't know. People do change.
The woman looks up.
What do you need? By all means, get an eyeful.
Smart of you to stay out of bit.
Did you see them, sir? Bishop Alexander and the Hammer herself. You don't know. They are all that's in you.
The squirrel's nose twitches as you approach, but the creature turns away before you can say anything. The squirrel's...
So, what's the news? Well, I certainly got lucky with... Give me your map.
She ain't coming back.
Come. This way, in the back. Follow me. Perfect. Now, teleport me down. Hey. Hey! Over here! Perfect. Now, teleport me down to the ledge behind me near the tree stump. Hey! Over here! Now, come towards me. I'll teleport you down. I just need to see you clearly. Come close to the edge if you can. Simply perfect. Now, teleport me to that mossy rock across the gulch, just by the torch. You're almost there. Now, teleport me to that great mossy... Even the air smells better here above that pit. Thanks for the help, and good luck getting yourself out.
Looks like it's just you and me, Stumbly. Wasn't prepared for that. What now?
You got a good reason for barging into a private room, buddy? Ow? You must be mad. And? Got no reason before you go. You haven't met a particular fella here, have you? Tall, black. Wouldn't be surprised if half of me's a... Anyhow.
Aye, the giant.
Locked. Sorcerer! What do you think you're doing, prowling around inside the fort? Don't think so. You broke the rules by coming down here, buck. Divine's rules. Sure you...
He looks you up.
Got a nice marble to you.
Is that thing eating corpses? Locked.
Sorcerer! What do you think you're doing, prowling around inside the fort? There's not a magister within 100 miles. Any other tales you want to try? Go on. I could use a good laugh. Ha! And what is it you think, Ha! This cockroach speak.
He looks you.
Got a nice...
Can't talk now.
Later. Sorcerer! What do you think you're doing, prowling around inside? Don't think so. You broke the rules by coming down here, buck. Divine's rules. Huh? Try...
need to get clever with this lock.
Look at you! Sorcerer! What do you think you're doing? Or else?
He looks you.
Got a nice...
Please. Please. Healing. I need heal. Of course. There's a boat that can take... But they'll kill you on sight if you... I feel it at work upon me already. That is what separates... There is... You'll meet some associates of mine. Tell them, madam, enough to matter, not enough to stay. Dallas and Alexander offer... No, I imagine not. With her help, you've given me a second... Healed. Thank you.
Good find.
My friend. I will settle this debt. The elf's skin is pale as a corpse's, but his face contorts. His eyes...
It's you! No.
His back suddenly...
I'm not the last. You'll know, elf. You need to go. Dallas, after she took me, she did something. My head...
He giggles coquettishly.
I knew...
You can't silence me. God! You'll see. They'll get their hands on you. God! Help me! They'll come. There is no leaving. I tried to leave. The undead had their hands on me and